Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Pornosonik and Spelp here on Secret Valley. Spelp is the blue orc player spawning over here in the top right hand corner, gilding that Altar of Storms and that orc burrow. Meanwhile, Pornosonic, who I'll refer to as just Sonic throughout the rest of the match, is the yellow Night Elf player spawning over here in the bottom left hand position, getting an Altar of Elders and a Moonwell. So pretty standard build so far. We have an early Wisp coming out, so perhaps that Wisp will try to do that Ancient of War harass, which is pretty popular against orc players, especially on this map, as it is a little bit of a close spawn. Now that that barracks is coming down, let's see, is that Wisp going to come in and build that Ancient of War? Yes, and getting that Ancient of War right there. So not able to put the Ancient of War right next to that barracks, as that is too close to that orc burrow. One peon in that orc burrow would have been able to take down that Ancient of War over there. Right now we have the Ancient of Altar of Elders now still coming in, Moonwell, and I'll say this is just going to be a Blade Master versus a Demon Hunter, as that is the typical game at this point. No, Keeper of the Grove. Wow, so Sonic going Keeper of the Grove, which is pretty popular, I guess, against an orc player, as Entangle works so well against grunts. They're stuck for so long, have such high hit points, and they're taken out of the match for so long that it is a pretty viable option to try to entangle grunts and take them out very, very early in the game. It works pretty well, almost. I don't know. I don't know really how this is going to work out. We'll see Ancient of War now coming in, Blade Master now coming in as well, and getting an Ancient of War back in his own base. So Sonic now getting that Ancient of War back in the own base. And let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see if this Ancient of War really will be able to do any harassment. Now just sitting there, not quite sure what he's doing. And peons now being produced, and that Ancient of War going to walk over, grab a tree, and then perhaps eat, and then try to do some bashing in on those peasants right now. No, just why is he just clearing so many trees out? Not quite sure why he's clearing the trees. Perhaps he wants to be able to open up this base so that he can come in with a Keeper of the Grove a little bit more easily and not get pinched in that fight right now. So we'll see what's going to happen. Keeper of the Grove now heading out across the map. Blade Master heading out, has bought the Dust of Appearance as well in order to make sure that there's no hiding archers. And now that Ancient of War standing next to that base, going to be fighting against those peons right there. Not much they can really do at this point except for taking damage right now. And now here comes the Keeper of the Grove. Keeper of the Grove gets off one entangle on that grunt. That grunt's going to be stuck there for quite some time. And Ancient of War now still doing some bashing in on those units. Orc burrows units just getting swapped back and forth right now, going back into that burrow. Blade Master trying to come in, trying to deal damage to that low hit point. Ancient of War fighting back for his life. Now that grunt is taking some damage right now. That grunt down to 255 hit points, 200 hit points, one more entangle, gonna take a couple more hits, and then most likely that grunt is going to fall. Will that Blade Master kill his own grunt? Not quite sure. Down goes the grunt, and the Keeper of the Grove now tries to run away. Blade Master does not have any experience yet, still fighting against those units. And now that Blade Master will be able to take down that last Ancient of War in that base. Keeper of the Grove wants to come back in. I'm not quite sure why he's coming back in. Perhaps he's going to get an entangle off on a low hit point. No, not at a low hit point. Peon. That peon's not low hit point at all. We needed to take out one of those peons that are in the base that was hidden by the Ancient of War. Keeper of the Grove now moving back into his base. We have archers hidden, Moonwells as well, and now we have Tree of Ages. So we'll see if Pornosonic or Sonic decides to go with the standard Ancient of Wind strategy and use Druids of the Talon, or if it's going to be changed up just a little bit. Stronghold being resurged, a Voodoo Lounge now being put down in order to get some additional healing, even though the Blade Master and the Grunts have that Fountain of Health. So just going to stand by that Fountain of Health, get healed back up, and now that Blade Master going to do what every orc player likes to do on this map, creep out this fountain except for that red Drake. And meanwhile, back over here, Keeper of the Grove gonna come in with 3 archers and perhaps bring in some wisps as well. So one wisp, we may have an Ancient Protector Tower Rush. Not quite sure if that really would be the best option for Sonic at this time. It generally works as a surprise factor, but he didn't do enough of a harassment. Ancient of Wonders being built down, so perhaps trying to get some additional, I don't know, get some additional hides off. Not quite sure. Tree of Ages nearing completion. Most likely going to pick up a Naga Sea Witch from the tavern in just a second, and that's going to be the reasoning for the harassment. Blade Master not at level 2 yet, so that Blade Master is still taking some damage. Now trying to run away. Keeper of the Grove going to take down some of those peons right now. Perhaps able to take down one of them. Not quite sure why he didn't try to take down a second one. And now the Tavern Hero is not ready. no Tavern Hero. A little bit surprised by that. Tree of Ages, now completed, so we are going to be having a Tavern Hero. Nope. Yeah, it's Goblin Tinker as a second. I usually see that as a third hero, not the second one. A little bit surprised. Archer is now focusing down a single hit point grunt. One Archer hides Dust of Appearance on that Blade Master. Blade Master not using that yet. A little bit surprised by that. And now a low hit point grunt trying to run away, down to 140 hit points. One low hit point Archer trying to run. Are we going to entangle off? No, not going to get the entangle off. Now level 2 on that Blade Master. Blade Master now trying to fight that Goblin Tinker. Getting an entangle off, and now that Blade Master very low on hit points. Gets a Dust of Appearance, and Blade Master down to 28 hit points. Wow, able to escape. And now Dust of Appearance, Ancient of Wonders now coming in, so trying to get that Clarity Potion off, and now we have a Pocket Factory in position as well, so we'll see what's really going to happen here. Now trying to repair that single Orc Burrow as those 4 Archers are trying to shoot back in. We have a Tauren Chieftain being built or being trained right now, and those Clockwork Goblins coming in, trying to just explode and take down those peons right now. Those peons taking damage. Orc Burrow trying to fight back. And now does Clockwork Goblin's going to explode, does more damage, and now the Tauren Chieftain is out. So Blade Master has finished healing over here at the fountain. So once again, why this map is just so preferable for Orc players, being able to just heal with those high hit point units so easily. An additional Goblin Pocket Factory now back out. Tauren Chieftain getting stuck a little bit, and now the Blade Master coming in once again to join, and we have an Ancient of War being built in the base. Not quite sure what that's about. Nice Shockwave coming in. Tauren Chieftain or Tinker picks up a potion of healing and uses it. Archer now trying to run away once more. Blade Master low on hit points, going to be forced to run to the back of the base, and now using a Clarity Potion, and Clarity Potion being used by Keeper of the Grove. So both players fighting in that main base a lot. We have a bestiary being built over here by Spelp. Spelp building that bestiary off to the side in an attempt to try to just hide some tech right now. Not quite sure what the plan is going to be. An additional Clarity Potion being used by the Goblin Tinker. Now going to drop another Pocket Factory. That Pocket Factory once again going to just be popping out goblins and trying to use those to try to take down some of those low hit point peons as they're doing some fighting over here. Over here to the south, we have a Shockwave coming in, and Blade Master trying to take down some of those low hit point archers. One grunt will fall, using a nice Staff of Preservation to save a low hit point unit. And now, once again, another Archer falls. Ancient of War now up, trying to do some fighting as well. Keeper of the Grove, low on hit points, needs to use a Potion of Healing. Uses a Potion of Healing, but may not be able to. That may not be enough as the Blade Master is once again joining this fight. Ancient of War coming in, taking some damage or dealing some damage as well. Pocket Factory. Oh wow, that's a lot of dead peons in that main line. So Spelp very, very low on low, not mining right now. That's going to be a problem. Down goes the down goes the Clockwork Goblin at level 1. And the Keeper of the Grove very, very low on hit points, trying to run away. Does he buy any potions? Not able to buy any potions. Gets to level 2. Is he going to get an entangle off? Not quite sure. And gets an entangle off on the Raider. And now the Keeper of the Grove uses that Scroll of Town portal just in time. Able to head back out. Loses one Archer. May lose another. No, not going to lose that additional Archer. And that Raider goes down. So very, very nice timing on that one. But really, Spelp not mining any gold right now. That Clockwork Goblin was just able to take down all 5 of those peons. Really surprised by that. Now additional peons need to be produced. Not able to. Keeper of the Grove once again going to move back out. Going to lose that Ancient of Wonders. And Spelp now trying to take down this Ancient of Wonders and gets level 2 on the Tauren Chieftain. So very, very nice game so far. Spelp trying to come back economically. Don't know who really has the advantage. Keeper of the Grove level 2, Goblin Tinker level 1. The tech doesn't show anything really. We have a single Ancient of Wind, no Spirit Walkers for Spelp to counter this at this point, and teching the Tree of Eternity. Spelp now trying to move out across the map, has a Clarity Potion and a Healing Salve on that Blade Master. Tauren Chieftain level 2, perhaps going to do some creeping. Blade Master now moving out. Ancient of War. And Ancient of War now moving out as well. So Ancient of War not quite sure. Just perhaps trying to do some scouting as well. So Druids of the Talon, yeah, double Ancient of Winds does mean Druid of the Talon as the strategy to beat right now. Tauren Chieftain level 2, Blade Master level 2. Not much is going to go on. Going to slow down as I wait for the 10-minute mark to get set up in part 2 of this replay right now. And now just Goblin Tinker may get to level 2 here. No, should not be able to, as a keeper the grove is close by. Mana is looking pretty good on all those units right now. Blade Master going to get to level 3 in just a second. Getting a potion of mana on that Torrent Chieftain is nice as well. So all I can say at this point is stay tuned for part 2 of what will eventually be a 4-part replay between Spelp and Sonic here on Secret Valley. Hope you guys have enjoyed the game so far, and once again, stay tuned.